What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Dead on Dave. Welcome back to the channel. And surprise, motherfuckers, we're doing a live, quick Raw review since the Joe Cronin show went ahead and ended early tonight. But we might have some surprise guests. This is basically about you guys. If you want to call in and get your voices heard about tonight's Monday Night Raw, go ahead and call in now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. Go ahead and tweet this out. Share it on Facebook. Like it on Facebook. Like me on right here at Dead on Dave Productions because we hit 700 subs today. So thank you guys. I want to thank and go ahead and give a couple thanks right now. Joe Cronin. If it wasn't for him, obviously I would not be anywhere near where I am now. So thank you so much for that. Everything you do for me on a daily basis, just for being my friend. It's so important to me, man. Tommy C, man, my longtime friend. I've known him for over 8 years. Been podcasting together for years. And thanks to all you guys, man. Everybody who supports and watches. You know, I'm just a fat guy on a couch. You guys make me feel so much more than that. So I love you guys, man. And thank you very much. So 700, we're on our way to 1,000. When we get there, we'll be doing another giveaway. We're always doing all kinds of crazy stuff here. So actually, no, we never do anything crazy here because this is Dead on Dave Productions, and I'm pretty lame. So speaking of lame, Monday Night Raw, the reason why you're here. Look, it's not that it was a bad Raw. It's just there was about an hour and some change of this Raw that was just viciously bad. It was boring. Bad's not even the right word. It was just boring. You got lost. But here's what I liked. It started out really good. I thought the show started really freaking strong. I liked the opening promo with Kevin Owens and John Cena. I thought Kevin Owens was a little bit lacking tonight, but it was more because of the angle. It was a weird angle. It was just strange. You know, I'm going to defend my title. Oh, whoever comes out can decide what title they want to go after. It was just weird. It was just strange. So that was kind of annoying. I would have rather have seen him fight again. That would have been cool. But, hey, we got a great match between Kevin Owens and Neville, so that's pretty badass. It was a good match, too. We saw Kevin Owens just innovating. I don't think we've seen a guy, if you've watched him in the Indies, then you know that these are moves that we've seen him do in the past and stuff. But there was a guy who was every week, and this was WCW, and he gets lost a lot when you're talking about him. Every week seemed to just pull out new move after new move. And it was Chris Kanyon. But at the time he was wrestling as Mortis. And he was just, every week he was just pulling out different move after different move, like hitting moves from different angles. Moves that we've seen before but utilizing them in different ways. That's what we're seeing out of Kevin Owens right now. And, are we going to see a package pile driver at some point? I mean, people are wondering that. We see just about every other variation of something disgusting. He had a nasty neck breaker on his knee to Neville tonight. That was a cradle into a friggin' neck buster. That was pretty filthy. And Samoa Joe's like, what the fuck, Tyson Kidd? And Neville just took that and I just give you a little muscle buster and you're crippled? What the hell? So, it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good way to kick off the show. Very solid. False finishes too. Neville went up for the Red Arrow on 3 separate occasions, and that was pretty cool. People are giving Owens a hard time because of the fact that he keeps leaving the ring instead of fighting Cena. Well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? You're not going to... You don't want to give away what you can sell, and that's all right. That's all right. By the way, before I get too far into this, I want to go ahead and talk about my heartache here. Blackhawks. Jesus. Another game the Hawks let slip away. What the hell was that? Last minute of the game, Hawks lose. Now they're down 2-1 in the Stanley Cup Finals. They have to rebound in Game 4. Cannot lose this game. It's a must-win situation for my Blackhawks. But I just want to get that out there real quick, so I don't have it lingering over my head, because I know people are already in the chats talking about it. Yes, the Hawks lost, and it was devastating for us all. But you know what? It's okay. It's a Wrestling Hobo says the almost dead on Dave from a stroke. I feel bad for Tyson. Yeah, if he wasn't a thieving bastard, though. I can't wait to see his copious shirt. It's going to be great. He's such a thief. He sits on his couch when he gets hurt. I do feel bad for him, though. All jokes aside, the guy does have terrible luck, and he's so talented. He's such a talented and gifted athlete, but, you know, it is what it is, as they like to say. As Dusty would say, it is what it is, baby. You see, it's very important when the American dream walks into the room that everybody knows that's what it's all about, baby. Here's what we're going to do. All right, yeah. So, once again, they continue to go down this road where Seth Rollins is kind of being a bitch again, a little bit. You know, and now he's kind of like, well, I wasn't talking about you, Hunter and Stephanie. I meant everybody else. I hate all of them. You're awesome, you know. And I wish he wouldn't have backtracked. But I'll tell you this. Because he backtracked, because he acted like a bitch, I am completely okay with the ending of this show. And a lot of people are talking about, it's the burial of Seth Rollins. No, it's not. Stop. It's not the burial of anybody. It's not the burial of Seth Rollins. He lost a match in a controversial fashion to people that owed him a comeuppance. The three people that he has abused most since his title victory, which feels like it's gone on a hell of a lot longer than it actually has, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. They got a little bit of retribution, and there's nothing wrong with that. Dean Ambrose getting the better of him, that's good. I really hope they decide to pull the trigger and have Dean win the belt. But here's the thing that I wanted to bring up on Cronin's show, and I didn't get around to it. I hope he calls in, because I kind of want to talk to him about this, because it's interesting. What if this is a setup to accomplish quite a few things at Money in the Bank? You know, what if it is, in fact, Roman Reigns going to win Money in the Bank like a lot of people are expecting, right? But he cashes in that night on Dean Ambrose. Then Dean Ambrose wins the title and then gets cashed in by Roman Reigns. So this way, and this is what this accomplishes. It accomplishes quite a few things. It gives us the heel turn for Roman Reigns, which a lot of us have wanted. It gives Dean Ambrose a title reign, but a guy like Dean Ambrose, it almost feels like his first title reign should be kind of a screw job like that, where it's really short, because it's not going to hurt him. In fact, I think it's going to make him a little bit hotter. And the coolest thing about it is it keeps Seth Rollins into the situation as well. And SummerSlam highlight with a triple threat Shield friggin' match for the title. And working Brock Lesnar however you want to do it. If you want to get Brock Lesnar's title rematch, whatever, out of the way at Battleground, you have that option. So there's a lot of things that they can do there. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, I do agree with some of you guys in chat about the opening ending being a little bit too long, but you know it really wasn't all that long. They did get to the match fairly quickly. It was like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, so it wasn't that bad. And you know the Neville Owens match more than made up for it. At least I feel it is. You know, Cronin didn't call, but I'm going to call his ass just because. He said, "Don't worry, Dave. Don't worry, son. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to call you. I got your back." But then he didn't call in. So I'm going to call him. We're calling Joe Cronin right now. Oh, shit.
Pussy.
I got you, Dave. I'm going to call in, Dave. Well, you didn't call in, Cronin.
Well, I was busy on Periscope pretending to be a lesbian 9-year-old.
A lesbian 9-year-old. That's awesome.
I'll tell you something, man. I'll tell you what.
What?
I'm going to tell you something right now. The Illuminati are real. The Illuminati are fucking real.
I just wanted to call the fuck with you.
Well, guess what? I told you tonight I was going to be fucked up on your show, just like I was in that Periscope video. Hamahala.
There you go. Hamahalala. That guy again, really? Yeah.
Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah, it did.
This guy would.
You should do your own version of that.
I wouldn't. I could, but I wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to pull it off.
I mean, I could, but not. I'd get in trouble.
What are you trying to say, that you can't do it?
I guess I could do something. Well, I could do something.
You're unable. The constraints are on you. Is that what you're saying? The great Joe Cronin is constrained? I don't think so.
You want to strain my dick?
I think you should do it and do it bigger. You should do it better, more disgusting, more gross, more perverted.
I'm gonna do it long, wet, wild.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm trying to convince myself that Raw was better than it was. I think that's what's going on in my head. The more I look at it, it just Summer Rae was terrible. I'm going through the segments now. I'm trying to remember. Summer Rae, we just talked about her too. She was terrible.
Yeah, I was hoping. I was like, there, she get another chance. Oh.
You know, the New Day stuff tonight though was really solid again. That was really good. That's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Kofi Kingston had a good friggin' match. Those two had a good match.
Yeah, Kofi finally kind of did a little spitfire tonight too. He's got to get ready for that Brock Lesnar match.
Yeah, he's got to beef up for that one. He's got to work on his chest a little bit. He's got the Chris Jericho sunken chest syndrome. But
it's caving into his back. Wait a minute, who? Is that my fucking Skype?
He's got a weird looking chest. He's got weird chesticles, and somewhere Chris Jericho is going, sunken chest. I invented that. Come on, baby. But yeah, it was we did get an interesting match between friggin' Big E and the real deal Titus O'Neil. And I thought it was funny. Big E was barking at Titus, but he was going, arf, arf, arf. Instead of that, ooh-ah, 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 which was kind of cool. Kind of funny. It was kind of funny. I think Cronin died on the air. What happened? Oh, yeah, he's gone. He wasn't being rude. He's gone. Okay. See, I thought Cronin was being rude, not talking to me. But he left. So if you guys want to call in, you can go ahead and call in right now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. Call in right now, and I'll take your calls, and you can tell me what you thought of Raw. I want to hear from you guys. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are like, I didn't know you were doing this. Well, I didn't know I was doing this. So, it was one of those situations where Cronin ended early, so I saw an opportunity to go ahead and go live. So knock out my video early today, too, because my voice has been liquid shit the last 2 days. German allergy season apparently is in fucking June, and it's killing me. I'm fucking leaking out of my nose like period. It's terrible. But getting back to Raw a little bit, Sheamus and Randy Orton. Look, I know we've seen this match about 10 million times, but they had a good match tonight. Last week, I didn't like their match. This week, I very much liked their match, and it was very strange. I thought it was a good one. The ending was decent. It was the same ending as last week, just in reverse. But I like the match. I like Randy Orton. I want to love Randy Orton because he does look so much like what a wrestler should look like. He's got that perfect physique. He's got a good build. He's a great worker. He's athletic. He's everything you want to see a guy be. Sheamus, I want to see a little bit more aggression. I know that might sound weird, but it seems like he's pulling back the aggression from what he was doing a few weeks ago. So I thought that was kind of weird. Also, what I found interesting was throughout the entire night, there was a Texas Deathmatch sign front and center for everybody to see. Front and center. And they didn't take it down. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that was very, very interesting. So, the fact that most people think that a Texas death match between Brock Lesnar and Stone Cold Steve Austin can't happen just because of the era in which we are in. Well, the fact that they would even show it the entire night is something. Or maybe it's nothing. Maybe it was one of those lazy nights where they just didn't notice it. I highly doubt it, considering this is the same people that made an entire row of individuals change their outfits because they were too distracting. Well, that sign was front and center and able to see the entire scene the entire night. Thanks to everyone in the chat congratulating me on 700 subs. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. It's not my accomplishment. It's your accomplishment, man. You guys got me here. And keep wanting to hear my fat ass talk about stuff, and I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Randy smokes a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. That's information for life. Who's that? Moosh Master D. Mosh Master D. Information for life. Randy smokes a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. That's right. I don't know why that made me laugh as much as it did, but it did. Look, getting back to where the segments were, Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble in the back doing their thing with Seth Rollins. I thought that was a good segment. I thought that was a really, really interesting thing with Jamie, who I love hearing talk, by the way. I think Jamie Noble should talk for at least 3 minutes on every single episode. I love his friggin' country ass. I think it's absolutely hysterical. So him and Joey Mercury, talking to Seth Rollins, like, we forgive you, man. And Seth's like, you forgive me? And then they get all heated and stuff. You guys suck. You wouldn't be nothing without me. And then, boom. I'm going to beat the hell out of you two tonight. And then Joey Mercury getting in his face and saying, we're going to kick your ass. We're going to kick your ass. And here's the thing. Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble are both, they're small little midgety wrestlers, and they're kind of a joke. But the reality is they're both very highly regarded as very good workers within the business. And that's because they are. They are a very, 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 very highly regarded individuals in the ring because they're good workers. They know how to work. They know how to wrestle. And they got the psychology thing down. They are classic examples of the glass ceiling and not being able to reach it because they would need a step stool. Because they're short. Because they're tiny. But they got a moment to shine tonight, and I thought they took very much advantage of it. Dean Ambrose stole that entire ending segment, though. Everything he was doing in the crowd I thought was hysterical. Just his reactions and everything I thought were really funny. So that was cool. Then giving the belt back to Seth for a few moments. That was great. Dolph Ziggler and Kane. This is kind of where the point in the night where I started to doze a little bit and get a little distracted. Hey, hold on. I got to talk to my daughter here because I usually don't go live in this time when she's getting ready to go to school. Mommy says don't wear a dress. Why? I don't know. Mommy said don't wear a dress, but I say wear a dress because why not? That dress looks like, I don't know. It doesn't look that bad. You look really weird with your short hair, though, by the way. Inhaler. Take your inhaler and your allergy pill, please. Don't throw things at Daddy. It's not nice. All right. Kane and Ziggler in a match that I just could care nothing about. Nothing entertained me about this. It was boring. I'm done with Kane. Ziggler is doing everything he can, but every week I care less and less about him. The only thing interesting about this segment was the fact that what's her name, Lana, came out and she about broke her friggin' ankle. Ankle. Broke her ankle. Jesus Christ. I can't speak. About broke her ankle. People were like, "Oh, okay, she didn't really hurt her ankle." You got to remember what she just did. She dropped about a half a foot in high heels. So I'm sure she actually did twist her ankle a little bit. My God. That was pretty damn funny. Yeah, in the chat room, most people we got Mosh Master D stating, and that'll mean Dean will lose on Sunday. More than likely, historically, yes. Usually if you go over on the Go Home show, you are going to lose at the pay-per-view. But it could be a little bit different this time. There's other factors at work here. Hopefully. You know what? I'm going to stop trying to to twist things here. Because the reality is, you're probably right. Reality is, Seth Rollins is probably going to win. But hopefully, it'll be in a crazy-ass way with somebody getting involved. Maybe we'll get a cash-in that night. Maybe Brock Lesnar will return. Who knows? There's all kinds of things that could happen at Money in the Bank. But it'll probably be boring. I'll tell you, after Elimination Chamber, though, a show that most people thought was going to be really good that kind of fell flat except for Owens and Cena, they really need to hit a home run here. Money in the Bank needs to be a home run. It needs to be satisfying, and it needs to be very interesting. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. How about R-Truth tonight, man? I think R-Truth gets an MVP award. R-Truth is going to win the MVP award for his little 30 seconds that he got. It was awesome. It was awesome. He comes out there. I got over my fear of heights at WrestleMania, and I'm going to win this. You're not even in the truth or in the match, Truth. Oh, I'm not? That was great. I want to think he just did that on his own. I want to think he walked right past Vince McMahon in gorilla position, just walked right past him, staring him in the eyes the entire time, walked right by him, walked out and did his bit. I want to think that happened because it's hilarious. It's hilarious. People in the chat, Mosh Master D, the night is young, Dave. Now for me, it's 7 o'clock in the morning now. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. I will agree with Mosh Master, who's just tearing up the chats right now. Seth wasn't a good champion. Yeah, he has not been a good champion. I think he's been a very underwhelming champion. Just the fact that it feels like he's held that title for a year already, and it hasn't been. It just kind of goes to it. Back to Raw, we had Miz TV, which I got to be honest, I admitted this before, I'll admit it again. I took a wank break. I went and turned on some YouPorn and just went to town because I could not watch another Miz TV segment. Couldn't watch it, and luckily I knew it was going to be extended out 7 minutes. And trust me, 7 minutes is all I need. 7 minutes with the commercials, I got it. And it was perfect. I was able to go ahead and do my thing. That was good. So, thank you, Miz TV, for giving me the perfect chance to dump the baby matter, you know? It's okay. Get that baby gravy out of there so I can focus for my review shows. Yeah, that was terrible. That whole friggin' Miz TV thing was awful. Then we got Los Matadores versus Rowan and Harper, which I gotta say, I really like seeing them together. I think most people do. They're a very good tag team. They're interesting. They're hard hitting. They're ruthless. They're big and brutal. And the one thing I was not expecting them to do was hit a friggin' 3D. They hit a 3D and then they hit another 3D. It was great. And then they cut a little promo at the end saying you're going to pay for your sins and judgment is waiting at your door. And he says, it's okay to be afraid. You should be. Now, I'm wondering, is it possible that they are talking to Bray Wyatt? I mean, it's kind of the opposite. Bray Wyatt's been calling out people for a long time. But is this about calling out Bray Wyatt? And that thought just kind of came to me as I'm reading some of the things that were said. Pull that door out. Either close that door out of the way or pull it out a little bit because it's going to get slammed. Pull it out a little bit. You got to pull it out more than that or close it. One of the two. I wish you would close it, but whatever. The wind is slamming it. If it wakes mommy up, you're going to go to school walking sideways because I'm going to spank you. Wake mommy up, I'm going to whoop you. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think that there's a possibility. I'm very sorry about that. I think there is definitely a possibility that Harper and Rowan could be talking about Bray Wyatt. And how cool would that be? That'd be pretty badass, I think. Something a little different. Nobody would really expect that to happen at this point, but it would be kind of cool. So, and then after that, what did we get? I'm going through my copious amounts. So yeah, we got Big E and Titus, which I thought was decent. There was a lot of interference going on, but I like the fact these two big dudes just going after each other. I thought was cool. Titus being able to do his power moves on Big E, and Big E doing the same. But can anybody out there explain to me why the big ending is a good finisher? Why that is effective on anybody? That is the worst finish ever. I think a friggin' elbow drop or a leg drop is more effective than the big ending. It's a terrible, terrible finish. Absolutely awful. I just was not digging that finish at all. I've never liked it. Never will like it. Big E is so big and imposing that they can really have him do a hell of a lot more, and it would be a much more interesting thing. By the way, if you want to get your views heard on Monday Night Raw, go ahead and call in on Skype right now. David Vancura, DavidVancura. Go ahead and call in, and I'll take yo calls. I'm tired. See, that's the thing. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go as long as I can here, but I'm tired. Davey be tired. If I don't get callers, I'm definitely going to be hanging it up here really soon. Roman Reigns comes out, and he takes on Kofi Kingston, and I thought was one of the better matches of the night. Roman Reigns is improving every single week, and I think that people need to start giving him a little bit of a break on this. He is getting better. He's adding moves to his repertoire. He's now got that pickup power bomb where he deadlifts the guy and power bombs him with a sit down power bomb. I'm liking that. He's doing more things. He's showing the ability to hit the over the top rope moves. Really cool. He didn't do it tonight, but he teased it. It was good. I enjoy watching Roman Reigns, especially when he's not talking all the time. When he's not talking and screwing up his lines, which, by the way, he hasn't even been doing that lately. When he has been talking, he's been concise. He's been very fluid. He hasn't been messing things up. So I think there's less to complain about Roman Reigns than probably ever before. And the fact that he's had to go through a little bit of growing pains is a pretty cool thing. There's a term in sports. There's a phrase in sports, and wrestling is loosely a sport, so we'll call it that. It's more inclined to the circus. It's more, it's more of a circus than it is sport, but it's okay. You got to lose to win, and it's true even in a fake sport like wrestling. You got to lose to win sometimes, and Reigns had to lose to be able to be in a position to be a winner down the road, and I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a genesis of Roman Reigns, and it's a good thing. I think he is improving. And usually the people who are not seeing that, they don't like him. They don't like him. So, what is it? Isaac A. says Punk just attacked Hogan on Twitter because Hogan was basically telling the Hawks to go home and they have no chance. I know it was a mistake when I saw it. You know what? I don't defend Punk anymore because he's a little biatch, but go get him, CM Punk. Don't be talking about my Blackhawks, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, sucker. Yeah, you thought I was going to do it. I'm not Booker T. I'm not G.I. Bro. I'm dead on Dave. I do what I want. So, yeah, it was... I like what Roman Reigns did tonight. And then we got the main event. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the main event, mainly because it's not a burial, folks. This is not a burial of Seth Rollins. This is not Seth Rollins being put to the back of the line. This is not them just saying, oh, he's going to definitely lose the title and then become nothing. Even if he does lose the title, which I don't think is even really going to happen. But even if he does, he's still going to be in the situation for a little while because you got to figure he and Brock Lesnar are going to be getting into it at some point. And who knows who else. There's a lot of different things that they're going to be able to do with the situation. Especially if they're going to keep the Authority together but retool it. How about get rid of Sheamus I messed it up. How about get rid of Kane and Rollins and bring in Sheamus and Owens? That would be an interesting dynamic for the Authority. I think a much more imposing one, too. The fact is, you don't need these big, older giants anymore in the Authority. It doesn't work. So, it's interesting. Okay, Mo Bank. Dave, listen to Mr. Mosh. He got ideas. Well, I'm not reading everything, so... yeah. What I like to see is Cronin, Dave, Tommy C, and another playing tabletop simulators WWE Monopoly. Oh God, yeah. Could you even imagine? If we didn't live on the other side of the world from each other, that'd be nice. But because if we try to play a board game, on Skype or whatever, or on video chat, whatever, however we would do it, we would all try to cheat. And I could just see it becoming absolute. And maybe that's the point. It would be absolute chaos. So that could be quite interesting. I don't know. So, yeah, there it is. There's Monday Night Raw. J&J Security get the victory after a lot of distractions and shenanigans. Dean Ambrose getting involved. And Joey Mercury gets the win with the roll-up. So, and I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing for it to happen. I think it was a good thing. I think it was interesting. It gives J&J that come-uppins moment, and I thought it was cool. So, it's not a burial. Calm down. Not every loss is a burial. Jesus Christ. But it certainly wasn't a fantastic main event. It certainly wasn't a memorable Raw by any stretch of the imagination. But, this wasn't the worst Raw. It certainly wasn't even the worst Raw in the past calendar month, it feels like. But, it was what it was. Yeah, I liked last Raw a lot better than this one. I give this Raw 6. What do you guys got? What do you think about this week's Raw? If anyone wants to call in, now's the time because I'm about out of here. I'm exhausted. It's past 7. I can't even keep my eyes open anymore. But I was actually expecting, Cronin and Jesse J and Tosevich and some others to call in. Nobody called in, you fucks. But it's okay. I forgive everybody because that's what I do. That's what I do. I got a question for you, though. Parting thought on Raw night. What are they doing with Bray Wyatt? Why is Bray Wyatt working dark matches? Why is he only working dark matches? I don't understand that logic. Let's get Bray Wyatt involved. Oh, by the way, here's the entire quote, the entire situation with CM Punk. This should be interesting. This is right from WrestlingInc.com. I'm going to go ahead and read the entire thing. Hulk Hogan recently spoke to ESPN about why the Chicago Blackhawks are in a whole bunch of trouble against the Lightning. Chicago's in a lot of trouble, dude, Hogan said. I'm going home this week, and I think I'm going to have a little talk with some of the Lightning guys, brother. Chicago is a whole bunch of trouble, brother. CM Punk took offense and cut a promo. Oh, he cut a promo on... Oh, okay, let's listen to it. Let's listen to CM Punk rip Hulk Hogan.
This is CM Punk, and obviously I'm live and in living color here at the Madhouse on Madison in front of all these Blackhawk fans. And we want the cup. Now, normally, the less said about Hulk Hogan, the better, but he spoke my name first. So I'd like to point out that the Tampa Bay organization as a whole should be embarrassed for hitching their trailer such a piece of garbage that pronounced the captain's name wrong and then called Coach John Cooper John Connor. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in Chicago and we're real hockey fans and we want the cup. Tampa Bay's going down. We want the cup.
Okay, thank you, CM Punk, for now jinxing the Blackhawks. We will not win, and it's your fucking fault. I hate when you use the defense. We're real fans, whether it be wrestling, hockey, football. He's such an elitist dickhead. I was with him against Hogan here because Hogan is a piece of garbage. I'm in agreement there. But Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Why? Why? You just jinxed us, and now we lost game 3, and I'm blaming Punk. We lost Game 3 because of CM sucks. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated and angry, and I'm tired. So I think that's going to wrap this one up. Because I got nothing else. I'm pissed off. now I'm super angry. There it is. I got nothing else. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys watched the Joe Cronin show. Make sure you go check out Joe Cronin if you haven't. If your head is in a hole somewhere and you've never seen the Joe Cronin show, go check out Joe Cronin show. It's delightful. And make sure you check out everything that we got going on right here on Dead on Dead Productions. We have unboxings. We have interviews. Nerd and the Jerk is coming back. We do a show every day. We got a baseball show. Now, we didn't do it yesterday. Jeff Huffman and I touch them all. We didn't do it yesterday. We might do it today if I'm not in a coma. I could be in a coma. It's very possible because I am exhausted. But other than that, that's all I've got. So I appreciate everybody coming on over here and checking me out for a half hour and chilling with me. But I simply can't talk on my own about a Raw that I didn't care too much about. So that's it. Alvita saying goodbye. Have a great evening, all you people out there that are probably going to bed. I'm getting my day started, but I'm also going to bed. Fuck all this. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. And remember, like, subscribe, and share. And kids, if you don't have talent,